Hi, my name is Dustin Tinsley, and this is my differentiating instructions. Uh, so, what exactly is a differentiated instructions? It is pretty much it's a way of teaching that meets or it just really meets the needs of every student. Every student in a class they learn better a different way, and a differentiated or instruction is just meeting the needs of more than just one group of students, one group of class, and it's just a way of just making up new ideas and coming up with new things, and just to touch all the all the different basics. And how do teachers differentiate instruction? Well, for one thing, is they use many different instructional approaches. Like just they go about just doing things differently. They use different grouping formats, like how they group the students in groups in class, like two, or then maybe they go bigger, four or five, and they try really hard to make the lessons mean something. Just not really just going through the motions. Just really making sure they like hit home with all the students. And then another way is just always, just assessing the students, always making sure that you're there when they need, and they have a question, and then taking what you assess, taking their scores and taking their strengths and weaknesses, and and like learning that and making a new thing, like teaching new ways, to help them. Then just give and it just gives the students many different ways to learn. Um, how do teachers prepare their students and their classroom for differentiated instructions? From the very beginning, I think it's good just to let the students know. I mean, that everyone has different needs and that everyone learns different. So from the very beginning, that they know that they're going to be taught different ways. Uh, and then let the students know that the way they are used to learning will be different from a differentiated learning. Like if they not always, some teachers just have one way to do it, and so maybe they don't have, maybe they don't know the different ways. Then let students know that every student won't be working on the same activity. So there'll be times where like there's different things, like you'll have like different situations going on in the class, and that they may not be working the exact same activity. Let the students that know that you'll be watching them and monitoring them all year. And then just watching over them and seeing what's best for them. Then let the students know that their grades don't determine their success. That sometimes that they may do bad, but just really emphasize that that don't always mean that you're unsuccessful at something. What does differentiated instruction look like in the classroom? Well, for one, sometimes the teacher's desk will not be in the center of the class. It'll be off to the side, so that the more that the vocal point is the students. Uh, then the students their desk will be arranged to where the teacher can walk around to every single to like every single desk, and but to see every single student individually. Then sometimes the desk will be in groups. That just all depends on what the teacher's preference is. Then make sure that the classes have plenty of storage for their supplies, and then bulletin boards and a wall space to like hang stuff up is always good. So the example one is that delivers instructions primarily by lecturing. Uh, and this is not differentiated because it doesn't reach all learners. It just sticks to one group, and it don't really touch bases with every single different group. And then my suggestion was to alternating activities and lectures, like because like for instance, there'll be times when you have to get the words out and get the like definitions, and get the meaning. So like I got a lecture, but then like that means like next time go and like do like an activity, and get your learning like that. The example two as group students at the beginning of the year based on the previous year's achievement test scores. And this ain't differentiated because you're grouping all of the groups together, like all the group, or like the one group will be the group of all the high scores, and then the other group will be the group with all the medium scores. Then the third group will be like the group with all the low scores. So I suggest that you mix the group so each student contains, someone from different levels, and that's always beneficial to the students, I think. So my example three is a give bonus points for classroom participation, and this ain't differentiated or instruction because not all students are comfortable raising their hands and participating in class. So, I mean, for this, I suggest you break the students into small groups, and then have them discuss in their groups, the topic that you are being covered. But that is what I got. All right, thank you.